I'm just going to go through this, inshallah. I have mentioned this before. Very simple, very beautiful litany that have been given to us by Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani al-Ghawth al-Anhu. Very beautiful. I'm going to explain the meanings behind them later on, inshallah. Everyone should do this. It's very easy, very simple to do. Doesn't take long. Okay? And inshallah, your day will begin with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your day will end upon the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is very, very powerful dhikr. This is the dhikr based or revolves around the names of Allah, the attributive names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So after the Fajr Salah, you will recite Ya Azizu Ya Allah. Pray after me. Ya Azizu Ya Allah. Excellent. With an ayn, okay? Which means, Oh the Almighty One, O Allah. You will recite this 100 times. 100 times. After the Fajr Salah. Obviously that means you have to pray the Fajr Salah. I will give you the benefit of this, inshallah, afterwards. And obviously remember that you have to pray Durood Sharif 3 times before and 3 times afterwards. 3 times Durood Sharif, Ya Azizu Ya Allah 100 times, and then 3 times Durood Sharif at the end. After Dhuhr Salah, after the Dhuhr prayer, you will recite Ya Kareem Ya Allah,
Ya Kareem,
inshallah. O ever generous one, O Allah. After the Asr Salah, you recite Ya Jabbar Ya Allah,
Ya Jabbar,
mashallah. O all compelling one, O the subduer, O the most powerful one, O Allah. After the Maghrib Salah, you will recite Ya Sattar Ya Allah,
Ya Sattar.
Come on everybody.
Ya Sattar,
inshallah. And after the Isha prayer, which you can do now or afterwards, inshallah, Ya Ghaffar Ya Allah,
Ya Ghaffar
Ya Ghaffar Ya Allah.
Ya Ghaffar.
You recite this 100 times. I'm going to explain this now. Ya Aziz means, O Almighty One. The reciter of this divine name will manifest the attribute of might, strength and power, by which he will always maintain the upper hand in critical situations, and even when he finds himself in a predicament, in a difficult situation, he shall gain honor and respect through reciting this blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you recite this blessed name of Allah, you will inshallah gain strength and power and courage to fulfill the task. Whenever you are in a problem, Allah will give you a solution. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Allah will give you the opening, the exit. Allah will give you the light at the end of the tunnel. Because you began the day with mentioning His name, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fill your entire day and night with His nur, inshallah. Ya Kareem Ya Allah, when do you pray this? After Dhuhr Salah. Okay. Afternoon is the time when the seal of sustenance is stamped on each seed within that plant. Hence, there is a great hope of having affluence in the supplicant's sustenance by reciting Ya Kareem at that time. Are you saying? You are saying at the time, O Allah, when the name of the person who is going to eat from this is written on the seed, may my name also be written on the sustenance that you are going to disseminate, so that I do not face poverty or indigence, that I am always in a state of affluence through your grace, O Allah. Yeah, subhanAllah. Ya Jabbar. What does Ya Jabbar mean? The one who subdues, the overwhelming, the vanquisher. Again, an attribute of majesty and power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hence, Asr is the most appropriate time to invoke Allah with His name of power, Ya Jabbar, O all compelling one who destroys enemies, who annihilates them, so that His anger and the wrath manifest upon these demonic creatures, and He grants us protection from their mischief by thwarting their plots and ruining their tricks. Subhanallah. Yeah. So when you recite Ya Jabbar Ya Allah, subhanallah, you are re-energized. You are given that weapon to attack your own Satan. Subhanallah. Then after Maghrib, what do you recite? Ya Sattar Ya Allah. Ya Sattar Ya Allah. What does Ya Sattar mean? Oh, the cover, or the veiler of faults, or the one who covers, veils our defects, our faults, our mistakes. SubhanAllah. It is when the redness on the horizon disappears and complete darkness occurs. This is a time when animals of prey such as snakes, scorpions, thieves, robbers and other beings from the unseen realm come out to inflict harm. Calamities and catastrophes swirl around during the night. Reciting Ya Sattar at this time safeguards the recite from all such calamities, inshallah. Oh Allah, put a cover of your mercy over these beings, over these creatures of yours, which will inflict harm upon us. And he will remain in the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Furthermore, mankind tends to commit sin more often at night than at any other time. That is why we should seek refuge in the mercy of Allah and His attribute of veiling at the beginning of the night, so that we do not fall into a pit of sin throughout the night. Oh Allah, cover my faults. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make me steadfast on Iman. Strengthen my ability to continuously, persistently, subhanallah, perform good deeds. And give me the strength to stay away from, to abandon, to stay away from sins, inshallah. And then at the end, after Salatul Isha, what do we recite? We recite, Ya Ghaffar, Ya Allah. Oh, the most pardoning one. This is Ismul Mubalagha. Ghaffar, Fa'al. Oh, the, subhanallah, oft pardoning one. Oh, the one who pardons and forgives a lot. Every day we commit sins. SubhanAllah, you know, there was an incident that happened. Someone came to Sayyidina Shaykh Abu Bakr al-Shibli radiallahu ta'ala. It is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that prevents the honorable recorders, kiram and katibin, from cataloguing, from recording the sins we committed during the day. These major and minor sins are punishable in the fire of hell. If, however, the person repents before sleeping by saying, Ya Ghaffar, Ya Allah, in the darkness of the night, then Allah will eradicate and erase his sins that were recorded in His book of deeds during the day. In light of this wisdom, we have been admonished to remain silent and refrain from worldly conversation after the Isha prayer. After the Isha prayer, the Prophet recommended and rather commanded that after the Isha prayer, apart from the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, apart from 3 other things, you're not allowed to engage in worldly conversation. Who knows, that might be the last night that you close your eyes, and the only time that you will then be able to open them will be on Yawm al-Qiyamah.